Good morning, Daktari.
Good morning, James.
Hello. Now, just a minute. Kindly just subscribe down below. There's just like a small red button. Just hit it. Yeah, that's right. And then just leave a comment after the video and share it so that many people can actually see what we do. And yeah, thank you very much for doing that. God bless.
How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Karibu sana hapa.
Asante sana. Nafurahia kuwa hapa siku hii ya leo.
Asante. Yeah, so today we're just going to have a conversation about trauma healing. So, but for a start, maybe we can start by you introducing yourself so that we can get to know you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my name is Mercy Mauki. I am the Community Transformation Manager at Oasis Community Network.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So basically, we have been doing something, you've been doing something called trauma healing.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe we can start by trying to bring out what trauma healing really is. Yeah, maybe we can start there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start it off by saying trauma healing is kind of healing that involves people that are traumatized.
Okay.
You realize that people are traumatized and can be traumatized. Yes, and trauma has to do with some stressful, events. When a person goes through some stressful events, very distressing, at times they find that they are out of control, they are not able to manage themselves. So such is a time that a person desires to go through some sessions on trauma healing.
Okay. Nice. So maybe we can just try and look at it from a very personal point. And I would love to know how you got involved with trauma healing.
That's an interesting question, James.
Yeah.
But I can say to begin with, again, it began just from my own experience.
Okay.
So it's experiential, so to say.
Okay.
So I found myself in a situation whereby I was unable to cope up with what I was going through. It was a very stressful moment for me as a person. And it happened when I was not even where I am now in Nairobi. It happened when I was out there, where I had gone to work in some part in the northern part of Kenya. And so I found myself in a situation that was so hard to cope up with. And it had to do with my personal life. And just when I got out of it, because after some time, after going through some sessions, I was able to come out of it. I felt like that is my niche. That is what I ought to be doing, to be helping people who go through certain stuff like I did. Yes.
Now, let's now run it down and trickle it down to OCN so that we don't go too much personal.
Yes.
So now, based that OCN actually serves several communities.
Yes.
What made you think, or what was that thing that brought you the conviction that these communities needed trauma healing urgently? What did you see
in the communities?
Yes.
Okay. Well, as much as I may not go personal, I think I still want to hint on something that really brought about OCN.
Okay.
You know, OCN as an organization was birthed through, what we went through, myself and my husband, in that place that I'm talking about, in the northern part of Kenya.
Okay.
And so the origin of trauma healing, is for OCN as a general, is from that same experience.
Okay.
Let me maybe talk about experience briefly.
Okay.
You see, in that part of the country where we were serving, where we were working in, we had traumatized people. What do I mean by traumatized people? these are people that underwent quite some difficulties. Difficulties that had to do with health, difficulties that had to do with poverty. People, it went around everyone. The children, the men, the women, they were affected by many problems. So as a result, we really desired as a family. We really desired to help these people, and that's how, for example, I got so overstressed because I would not be able to help them, because even myself, I was in the same
situation.
in the same situation.
Yeah.
Yes. For example, what happened is that out of the poor health facilities, I found myself losing a baby. Yes, I found myself losing a baby, and it was out of negligence. Negligence would say on poor medical facilities, so to say. And the other case probably has to do with violence and some disasters. You remember something that we called Al-Shabaab, or you are so young when the Al-Shabaab attacked
Garissa. Yes, I remember.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes. So such, traumatizing events are what made me feel like this is too much. People have really suffered, because from Al-Shabaab, many people got so distressed, and they didn't know how to go about it. And some of them were actually our friends, you can imagine. Yes, and some lost family members, and many other things happened, and it was chaotic. And so out of that, later on, when I left now, when we left, I'll be using I and we, because we left as a family.
Okay.
When we left Garissa now, after some years, we felt that we needed to go and give back to some of these communities. It's not Garissa only, because OCN runs, its projects in many other places.
Yeah.
So trauma healing as a program came in handy. Yes, because again of the nature of the things that we do in these various communities.
Wow.
Yes.
It's quite inspiring that you took what you experienced to just go and give it back.
Yes.
It's quite something. It's motivational even.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe because my next question, I think you've dealt with in that particular place.
Yes.
But maybe I would like to know, are there specific examples or real life examples that you've actually seen and you are like, yes, this one is why I came to this field, without maybe mentioning names or anything? But do you look at some examples and just be like, yes, this makes me satisfied as a trauma healing person?
Yeah, James, there are quite a number of examples. When I look, I began by saying that I am a community transformation manager. And when we talk about community, it's a social unit that we are talking about.
Yes.
So I have looked at different communities in which we serve, we work in or serve in. And seeing some of these issues that we are talking about, which involves children, others that involve the women, as I had mentioned earlier, and men, and I've realized that some of them actually need intervention. Yes, like for example, when you look at the children in some of these communities, the children are malnourished, and and they look stressed. Actually, you look at them and you feel that there's something that they are lacking. You can see it. They are malnourished. Why? Because again of the state of the community, they are poor. They can't afford even for their education. Not only their food, they are hungry. When you look at the women again, you realize that in as far as they are emotional, not a lot. I'm indwelling James on emotional because today we are talking about trauma.
Yeah.
but I can dwell on these other on these other aspects as well. But when you look at them emotionally, that they look so disturbed because at times of some of the factors that involve them, and they do not have a solution to them. You told me not to be specific. Yes, when you look at the children again, some of them are not even able to go to school because of the same factors of anger, poverty in the communities. And some girls get married off very early, and such, when you talk to such girls, it's out of their control. They would have lived to be like other girls, to go to school like other girls, but now they cannot, you see. And the same case applies to the men. Yes. So looking at all those factors, you realize that there's need for intervention, and that's prompted me to take that direction in as far as the communities are concerned for healing purposes.
Amazing. Now, what makes trauma healing very special? I believe there are many things that we do in as much as developing communities is concerned.
Yes.
There is food, water, and education as a whole. But what makes trauma healing also important to the people in these areas?
Trauma healing is very important in these areas, especially the marginalized areas. In that, a traumatized person cannot actually reach to their potentials. They cannot perform because of what trauma does to them. So it comes in handy. When we are talking about development, we have to bring the emotional healing first, because even this other physical development begins right from the brain. Yes, they begin from the mind. Yes, so this comes in handy. They may not be able to reach their potential. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. So what are the signs that you see in a traumatized individual? We can talk about also just a person's life, but also in the areas that we serve. What are these signs that you see in these people that actually tell you this one now is traumatized?
Many signs, James, which have to do with the emotional aspects, the body. You can see behavioral. How they behave. You can tell that actually these people are not okay. Yes, when you look at the physical signs, because trauma at times manifests physically, it manifests emotionally, even socially. Yes, and even cognitively, you can be able to read some of these behaviors of a traumatized person. For example, let me give you an example of a child that is traumatized. Maybe when it comes to class, a traumatized child may not concentrate. They may not concentrate in class, and they have poor memory. They are distracted. They don't seem to be where the other students are. You'll always find them, even sleeping in class, probably because they wouldn't sleep the whole night. Yes, and the same case also applies to a grown-up. Some of them are not able to sleep, and then you also find them behavior-wise. They are quite irritable. Yes, they are irritable. They are withdrawn. They don't want to to be with other children. They isolate themselves a lot, and at times it can even go physical, where you find them trembling, shivering, and really not able to control even their breath. You can tell that actually this child is not okay. Then when it comes to spirituality also, they don't want anything to hear about God or anything to do with religion. They even doubt whether God really exists. Such and many other signs. Yes.
Amazing. Now, I think my next question was the difference between how OCN approaches trauma healing and how normal counseling sessions are. And I think one of those points that I'm really getting is also that it came from a very personal point.
Yes.
Yeah, from where you came from. But is there any other major difference that we see? Yeah.
In OCN, yes, I can say that in OCN we kind of use an integrated approach whereby we apply the biblical principles, because we are a Christian organization. Yes, and as well now we also integrate the counseling principles. So counseling principles that are used in counseling sessions, and the biblical principles, and all those brought together. I mean, we through that person that is traumatized really receives their healing.
Nice. So, is there a story of healing or transformation that has deeply impacted you personally? Yes, as a person. A specific story, maybe.
Many stories. Many. I actually do not know which one to choose because the stories vary. They vary from the children to adults, But maybe I can give this one particular story that is so impactful from one of our communities in a story that has to do with a person, a gentleman, who went through the session and came when he was very traumatized.
Okay.
Yes, and he confessed. He confessed that actually, after taking him through the session the way we usually do it, yes, he confessed that he was a victim of trauma, and that he needed help, and he was helped, and one of okay, let me say that how he was manifesting is that, for instance, he was full of anger, he was full of bitterness, and even kept on saying that this person, I think it had a case to do with the family, that I cannot forgive them. Whatever they did to us as a family, I mean, it was bad. There's no way we can forgive them. I mean, we have to fight back. And he was at that point where he was saying that it's either fighting back or even committing suicide, because he cannot withstand that.
Wow.
And when he was taken through the sessions, he realized actually that he was traumatized, and he didn't have to take the actions that he intended to, and he just confessed that he was going to forgive, and as we speak now, they are living so well as a family. There are no more fights in the family. Violence has ceased in the family. And he did not even commit suicide, as he was saying, and things are going well in the family. They have become one very united family, living for a particular purpose and goal. And he is also, out of that, he promised that he was also going to continue helping the others who in that particular community are also going through the same stuff. And a lot is happening in the community, in that people are seeking forgiveness, and there are no more fights. They are not struggling over the, some properties, that probably are inherited or so, and the community is just living harmoniously as we speak.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.